Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This one's gonna be a quick one. I just wanted to discuss about mathematical intuition. Hold on, let me get this thing to focus. Yeah, so if I have an expression, hold on, this thing just doesn't focus. Yeah, so if I have something like tan inverse x whole cube plus cot inverse x whole cube, uh, how would you plot the graph for this? So the real intuitive steps are somewhat like this. So you know that this is the graph for tan inverse x, and the graph for cot inverse x is something like that. It didn't come out neat, but you guys know how it is. So if I were to like combine both of these graphs onto one graph, this is how it would like kind of look. So this is one of your graphs, and this is like what, pi by 2. Man, why does cot inverse x come out so ugly? I'm doing it another time. So how about we start off out here? Yeah, that's much better. And this is again pi by 2. So this will be minus pi by 2. So this is how your graph would like superimpose. So now you just cube them and add them. How I like to think about the cube is that if this is pi, this point over here gets cubed, so it goes somewhere super far away, which has a value of pi cube. So the thing is, the highest part gets cubed and becomes like a very big number, and so does every point. And why am I explaining what a cube is? So basically, in order to sketch the graph for this, just remember that when you cube them, the overall values of every point kind of increases or decreases. In this case, this would like pi by 2 is like 1.5, so it would like decrease. So basically, what you should realize about this graph is it's like extremely symmetric. So if I were to draw this line out here, you can probably see the symmetry. So the cool thing about symmetric graphs, again, I know this from intuition, like I really can't put it into words. So if anything interesting is gonna happen in the superimposition of these two graphs, once you have cubed them, then it should only happen at these points and maybe this point because it's easy to evaluate, and the point of intersection and the extremes. So if you know the behavior of this graph about negative infinity, like approximately 0 because it's the easiest to evaluate, and the point of intersection which happens to be 1, and the other extreme. So if I were to plot what it would behave at this extreme, it would be pi cube minus pi cube by 8, which is 7 pi cube by 8, and over here it would just be pi cube by 8, and over here at 1 this gives a value of pi by 4, so we're cubing pi by 4, so you get pi cube by 64, but since we're adding tan and cot, you just multiply by 2, so you get pi cube by 32, and in the extremes you get 0 and pi by 2, which is again pi cube by 8. So you have four values. So based on this, if you had to draw, oh man, the coordinate axes look bad. Okay, so if I had to plot the graph now, so let us go towards negative infinity and plot 7 pi cube by 8. Pi cube is approximately, like, I think 32, I mean maybe like 30 or something. I'm not sure. Because pi square is almost 10 and pi cube is into 3.14. So it could be 30 something. So, and 7 by 8 of it maybe like 25, 26, something like that. So this is 7 pi cube by 8 and negative infinity. Oh shit. And at 0 it's just pi cube by 8. Let's plot that. And it goes all the way till pi cube by 32 over here. I know it's hard to see, but this 8 and this 32. And again, towards positive infinity, it's like pi cube by 8, which is just this line. So, and the cool thing is, tan inverse x is continuous, and so should its cube. Similarly, cot inverse is also continuous, and so should its cube. So since you have, in general, 1, 2, 3, 4, you have 4 points. So the resultant graph should also be continuous because you're adding two continuous graphs. So just try to connect them. And ideally you could be asking questions like, oh well, should I connect it from beneath or from above? Well, that's where you kind of like see this graph and happen to judge which should dominate. Like for me, this is pi by 4, right? Like any positive, like this is 1.57, so anything above is like above 1.57. If you cubing that, that will obviously have a higher value and will take like more predominance than something like maybe 0.5 minus 0.5 the cube. So my intuition tells that it should of course be curving from the up and kind of like do this and reach its minimum value and then slowly rise towards that. So that's what I'd even plotted like before making this video, something like this. And I just pulled out Desmos to make sure that my intuition is correct. In fact, even y'all should try to be doing that because reaffirmation kind of strengthens your own concepts. And here I have the thing plotted, and guess what? It's pretty damn accurate. As I told you, like towards infinity, it reaches like 25-ish. So, I think even everyone should kind of be focusing on strengthening that intuitive part of you. Peace out.